This charming turnip is both a savior and a menace to the everyday residents of Veggieville. At age 5, he has already committed more crimes than you can imagine. Now, Turnip Boy is out to tear up any evidence of unpaid taxes. Let's talk about Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. Be aware there will be some spoilers in this video. The plot of this game is that the mayor of Veggieville is out to evict you for not paying $143,753 in taxes. Not only are you facing a financial crisis, but Mayor Onion has some errands he wants you to do. For what reason? Who knows? Your journey to avoid taxes while destroying any evidence begins. Throughout the game, there are a handful of environments that interconnect in a way to form a small world. Veggieville acts as your central hub of sorts that connects to the other areas. At the start, it's linear, but expands as you play the main story. You have places like forests, graveyards, and eerie underground bunkers. Turnip Boy handles and moves well with his arsenal of tripping, striking, and using his watering can against puzzles and bosses. The tripping is similar to dashing, just with a silly animation instead. You get your first weapon, the Soil Sword, in the Weapon Woods, and it acts as one way to defeat enemies. Those familiar with classic 2D Zelda games will be right at home when playing through this. A lot of the fun comes from using the watering can. It helps you solve many of the puzzles you'll come across. An example is watering a patch of grass to produce bombs to destroy blocked off areas, or watermelons to plug in a hole for you to walk over. The uses for it increase in other ways as the game goes on. A few bosses will require you to use it to defeat them, or it makes it easier by dealing more damage. I generally like when a developer can make a concept easy but enjoyable. The pedal porter you get later on pairs well with the watering can. Similar to the game Portal, if you're familiar with it, you have an orange and blue portal you can walk through. Pedal porter helps you backtrack to areas quickly and solve various puzzles. It gave more depth to solving solutions without feeling overwhelming. The result was a decent challenge. I never became stuck for long periods and had to look up any answers out of frustration. Moving melons into a porter to fill a gap or kicking a plant bomb into bosses was satisfying. It's a simple concept of using both items but done well. Swapping between items didn't feel like a hassle, and these things may seem obvious from the genre, but sometimes a game's synergy with items doesn't work out well. Underground bunkers or buildings act as pseudo dungeons and usually will have enemies or puzzles within to solve. These bite-sized rooms incorporate fighting delicious food products, bugs, or animals. There are even some creepy pasta moments in this bunker, like seeing ghosts from past humans running around. That part was one of the most off-putting, and the mood change from a super wacky game to something more serious is a surprise. Another notable part of the game was the pumpkins in a grim graveyard. Each pumpkin gives you a clue to tell you which one is lying or telling the truth. It takes a concept that has been done before with getting lost in a maze, but adds a twist to solve it. Add on a spooky Zelda-like track that plays while you explore, and I think this is a perfect time to talk about the great music that's in this game. I absolutely loved the music in this game, which only got better as it went on. You have the high octane energy of some bosses to mournful piano music playing underground. Throw some jazz in there and you get a lot of surprising genres that work and really set the tone for that part of the game. Hell, there are even lyrics that play on a later boss that makes you feel like you can take on anything. There's also a lyrical satire about taxes while watching the end credits that I recommend checking out, even if you don't play the game. I could tell they had a lot of fun creating it.
Time peeling back those skins and you'll find out soon there are seeds within will sing our hearts out.
Backtracking for some quests felt uninteresting, especially when going for 100%. There is one quest in the game for a potato family, and you have to travel back and forth on opposite sides of the map a few times to deliver a letter. There are a few other backtracking quests like this, where you go back and forth to pass a message. With how slow Turnip Boy walks, it can be tiresome. Having a faster way to teleport back to Veggieville and another region would be cool, or have it so you can move faster. Perhaps an in-game upgrade that helps out. For some enemies, there wasn't a visual telling when they would shoot or attack you. It was particularly annoying on the boss of the bomb bunker, instantly dealing damage to you if you got close. It was the only boss I feel that was cheap, and having to see the cutscene replay again without being able to skip it was a bit irritating. Just let me be able to bypass it or have it auto skip after seeing it for the first time. Perhaps a flash or color change when enemies strike, just something I could react to would have been nice. Finally, your basic attack becomes boring quickly with only a singular attack with your weapon. Seeing more depth including a charged attack, combos, or additional abilities for your melee would add a lot. Only the appearance of your weapon changes for story reasons, so give us other ways to spice it up. I think that's why I like the watering can more. It gave me more options during bosses and certain enemies while keeping it straightforward. I can see the potential of having the hats you earn affecting the overworld gameplay. I found that the hats were an awesome addition, but I would have loved to see more uses for them, and that would have been perfect to travel and collect all these weird and silly hats, but maybe have some visual effects or some gameplay altering effects. I think it could just be super fun and done and a creative way to set it apart from other games like this. So, is Turnip Boy Commits a tax evasion worth it? I guess that's always going to be a personal preference, but I had a good amount of fun with the game. However, I feel the price is a tad high for how long it takes to finish. The cost is $15, while I see it as more of a $5 to $8 experience. Not only that, but I spent a little over 3 hours with the game to do almost everything. Expect about 2 hours if you don't even care about getting everything. On sale though, yeah, I recommend checking it out for a fun time. I bought it for $6 during a PlayStation sale, and I feel it's worth it at that price. The upcoming sequel, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, looks fun. Some of the issues I pointed out seem it has improved in many ways, which is exciting. I wish the best of luck to Snoozy Kazoo, the developers, on their release. What are your thoughts on Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.